Previously on Creating Dreams, we found some crops, dug a giant area, and harvested those crops. Welcome back to Creating Dreams. Use code Charade10 for 10% off all Advantage GG products. The variety of food I have in this world is absolute garbage. I have a farm behind me that has every single crop from both Farmer's Delight and Expanded Delight and the base game, and yet I eat just golden carrots. Let's fix that. In order for this to work out, we need to both have access straight to our barn and to our fluid tank system. So in this fluid tank system, we're going to have a ton of different things. We're not going to have any potions, but we're going to have the raw ingredient things that we need to keep on hand, like seed oil, and I guess liquid estrogen can stay on hand, but like things like milk and honey and chocolate, like things like that. All of those things need to stay in these tanks, which means that we need to make a system that refills these tanks or keeps them full to a certain extent so we can continually use them. But first, we need to make the building that this is all going to go in. And since I don't know how to make time lapses on anything but Flashback, and since Flashback is only on 1.21 and this world is on 1.20, I'll see you guys in a bit. And just like that, we have a nice flat area where we can build our second factory on top of. You heard that right, a second factory. Second factory time. A few things that we need to solve in this one. First, we need to move at least one of the cows from in here into the new building, which isn't too difficult since we have carry-on. Then we need to figure out how to grow cocoa beans. And then we need to make every single fluid that we could possibly need, which means that we need to have bees, we need to have cows, we need to have things, we need to have ability to transfer the fluids into these tanks. Then from there we can make it look pretty. So let's start with a foundation, and then from there we can move on to the rest of it. All right, so we have the floor plan. This is basically just the giant floor, and we're gonna split it into a few parts. So over here is probably going to be fluid processing. The middle is going to be storage and serving, and then this side is going to be ingredient processing other than just making fluids, right? So we're gonna have our like meats, our veggies, our bread making, our actual like proper making of the food over here. I know we're a little close to this cliff, so we're gonna like extend this cliff out a little bit, and then we're going to make a proper sort of wall area, such as like this, but instead of having the copycat panels like we have over there, we're going to change it up because those copycat panels are transparent, or well, they're considered a transparent block, which means that mobs can see through them, which is not what I want to have happen, because then we'll have the animals pathfind into corners and stick their heads out of the walls, which is not what we want. So I will try and come up with something that matches the aesthetic of both that and this nearby. So yeah, I'll be back with that. And just like that, we have our new building. I added calcite to the top because I think that it adds a nice texture. And I've made it sort of like a Colosseum sort of entrance. And I've already started moving over the stuff. All of the produce is in here, so we can make a bunch of different things like that. And I like this like ceiling design. I've been wanting to figure out how to incorporate pink more into the design of the actual building, because I mean, look at over there, it's practically nothing. Oh, this isn't working, but it's practically nothing except for the granite, right? So obviously I still kept the granite. I kept sort of the same color palette, but since this is the newer building, right, I'm gonna have like a more rough texture up top because it just got done. So I wrote up some plans. I think we're gonna turn this into like a little restaurant with tons of mechanical decorations at the top here, and over here we're going to have all of our food making stuff. Now I believe there is fried rice in this pack, which gives us such good, like, oh my god, like this is so good. So fried rice gives us comfort for 5 minutes, which is pretty good. Oh wait, it gives comfort, not nourishment? The wiki is wrong. No, the wiki's wrong. Oh, I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. The wiki is wrong. The wiki says it gives nourishment, not comfort. Oh, mushroom rice gives nourishment. Vegetable noodles gives nourishment. So maybe we can do this. So brown mushrooms, pasta. How do you make pasta? Oh, dough on a cutting board. Oh, okay. So maybe we can do that. So we can make a ton of dough, and yeah, maybe split it off into 2 different sections and make noodles with one section and bread with the other, and then yeah. So a lot of this stuff doesn't really give much. Ratatouille is actually pretty good. Wow, okay. So tomato, onion, beetroot, and then any vegetable. I believe all of these recipes can be done in a mixing setup. So yeah, Nether Delight, yeah, here, right? So you can make it using Create as well. So we'll just need a way to make bowls, which we have a tree farm. We can make friggin' infinite bowls if we wanted, and all we need to do is feed them back into the system after we're done eating them. Another thing that I wanted to do is a backpack upgrade. I believe it is, yeah, the feeding upgrade. So it's not too expensive, to be completely honest with you. This is kind of cheap. The only thing that I don't have is the glistering melons, so that's not too bad. And then the advanced feeding upgrade, that's not too bad either. So let's get that advanced feeding upgrade, and then we'll start working on making this section a little bit nicer. And we'll start expanding it out as well, because we're gonna need a cow. We're gonna need, I think over there we'll put the cow and the chocolate, and we'll make chocolate over there. So let's just get this feeding upgrade started. Okay, taking a look. We're gonna have a problem because not because of anything that I'm doing here. This is actually perfect. I think that this can all work, especially with. So basically, what the system is gonna do is going to bring out wheat. Wheat gets crushed. I'm also gonna have a system to dump the seeds. The seeds are gonna get dumped because I don't need any more seeds. But then the flour is gonna go along here. It's gonna get washed into dough. The dough is gonna get sliced by the slicer into noodles. The noodles are going to end up in here, and then everything needs to come out of here. Now the problem is that mushrooms, right? So obviously brown mushroom colonies, you know, some mushrooms form colonies when they're on top of rich soil or resurgent soil. So I guess I could try to grow mushrooms, but that's not something that sounds very appealing right now. It's gonna be difficult because, like, I mean, and then these I'd have to cut from a colony. I can't use inky cap mushrooms either. This is such a difficult thing. The things to use pasta for are all very difficult to make because they need something that isn't like, oh well, pepperonata, but the thing is like Like, yeah. Okay, dude. But what is that gonna do for you? Like, it doesn't, like, so I think pasta might be out of the question here. So let's look at other things to eat here. Ratatouille. I guess we could make ratatouille. Ratatouille's not too bad. So vegetables, tomatoes, onions, beetroots in a bowl. Okay. We could do that. Huh. That's what I'm saying. How do you even automate this? That's what I'm saying. Fuel it. Oh, website picked it all back up. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. It's all in there. This is not good. Like, genuinely, this is not good. I don't know why it's doing this. Dude, why is my inventory so full? We have all of the things. Right? Right? Like, this is how you make it. Carrots, tomatoes, onions, beetroots in a bowl. Right? Why is it not working? Beetroots, onions, tomatoes, and carrots. Beetroots, onions, tomatoes, and carrots in a bowl. Over a heated blaze burner. Over a heated blaze burner should make ratatouille. Why is it not working? Like, if I were to do this. Oh, it's because I'm a fucking idiot, dude. Oh, wow. Huh? Oh my god. What? Why is it making tomato soup? Why is it making beetroot soup? Oh, it's because this isn't heated. Make ratatouille. Stop! Stop making beetroot soup! What? Ratatouille! Yeah! Yeah! No, no, no. Stop it. What am I making now? Tomato sauce? Stop! Stop! Stop it! You're wasting precious tomatoes. This is so dumb. I don't know why I tried to use the tunnels. Tunnels suck. I hate tunnels. Tunnels are worthless. Actually, you know what I can do? For the bowls, instead of this, right? Right? This is gonna look really weird, alright? This is gonna look insanely weird. But if we have a chute, right? We could take another chute and do that, right? And then we can add the vault on top, and it will funnel them down into here. Now we just need beetroot in the thing here. Dude. Bowl. Go in. I need the bowl. Why is it not working? Because this isn't supposed to be onions. It's supposed to be tomatoes. Dude, where are the bowls? Dude. Bowls. Dude. Bowls. Where are the bowls? Where are the bowls? What the fuck? Where are the bowls? I'm gonna tweak out. Where are the bowls? What? And then there's no beetroot. I picked up bowls. And now we're out of beetroot. Dude, I'm just trying to automate ratatouille production. Why is it so difficult to automate a classical French dish? It should not be this hard. What do I even do here? Like, I guess what I could do is maybe if I turn these all down to 1. Right? And then I clear all this out. There we go. I think that's what it what it needed to be. Is that it just needed to be 1 at a time. Alright. We just ate our first piece of ratatouille. That's good. And now we have automated ratatouille production. Okay, so I think I figured out what I can do to keep this fueled in order for it to infinitely fuel itself, right? So there is this item in Crafts and Editions called biomass, and rotten tomatoes can be used for this. And we have how many? 129. So that's not too many, actually. I now realized. But we can also use the apples, which we're not going to use. We can use the peanuts that we're not going to use. So those can come out, I believe, right? So if we do, yeah, see, there's a lot of options here. So what we can do is, whoa, it got really dark in here. We're gonna make a separate line out here. Basically, what we need to do is we need to mix the seed oil with whatever we choose over a heated blaze burner, which we can actually fuel using the seed oil. So, like, we can both pump it into here and into here, and as it fills up the blaze burner, any overflow will go into here, which will be fine. And then we can make the biomass, right? Biomass can be used to make festive lights, or biofuel, which is actually a replacement for blaze cakes, which I actually don't want to use it for. What we can make is biomass pellets, which can be used as solid fuel, which would basically be used as fuel. And then obviously this can be used for 288 items. So we're gonna use biomass pellets. Obviously we can make pallets out of it, which might actually be beneficial, but also we need a way to get rid of this water. So we can then pump it into one of the tanks out here, or we could just pump it straight into like a water source, so it just voids it. Yeah, we're full on seed oil, so we need to start using this. So first, what we can do is we can take the pipes that run here, have the biofuel be like usable, right? We have to use straw, but we also need a rolling mill. Rolling mills are not too difficult to make. I can actually make one right now. New items, there we go. We have a rolling mill. Now, rolling mills, how do you power these things, eh? How do you power these things? Is it via... It is. Throw those on there, create some straws. And then what we can do is we can grab blaze burner. Whoops. Blaze burner, straw. And now this pumps into here with a capacity of 4,000 millibuckets. We need to grab a basin, which we don't have. We need 2 basins, actually. There are 2 basins, one here. So that will pump both seed oil into this and into this basin. And then out this side, we will have another basin. Have another basin here that will just press out the water, which means we need another pump pumping out of this, and then we can have the water. Actually, we can just have it like go down into the ground here, because right under here is a water ravine. And using the mechanical belts, we can add this here. And for this, we need a funnel, and of course I only have brass ones. And then we need a brass funnel here. Alternatively, like, we didn't actually need to do this. We could have just fed seed oil directly into this, which actually seems like a better and more complete idea than making pellets, but I'm too committed, and I think that this is cool. So that's gonna go there. And I believe and now all we need to do is power this up here, which is gonna be a little difficult, but with the power of vertical mechanical belts, you know, it's like Dr. House. It's like it's always Lupus. Or is that not the reference? I don't know the reference. Grab. There we go. Now we have Oh, that's cabbage leaf. What? Oh, because we don't have any seed oil going in, and we aren't heating it at the same time. All right, I guess it's time to set up the rotational power. There we go. We are now making biomass. And in order to make sure that this doesn't back up, oh, we also need to add cogwheels here. So now to make sure that this doesn't clog up, we will grab some vaults. And we will grab this and this. And this will only extract up to 64. So now we have dry fuel to work with for... Oh, why... Oh, it does. I guess we're gonna have to put a fluid tank out here. How do you void water? Steam engines void whatever fluid they receive, no matter what. Oh, so what I could do is I could take a fluid tank and make it a steam engine, and it's just gonna void all the water. So now we don't even need to worry about water. That's really nice, actually. Now we're getting infinite biomass pellets, which is exactly what I wanted. From here, we can make a mechanical arm that's powered here, and I believe that's within range, so we can have it put in here, take from here, and just constantly feed it. And we're never gonna run out of biofuel. We're never gonna run out of biomass. It's just never gonna happen. So, all right. Last thing, we need to make a mechanical arm. Cogwheel. And it will fuel it as needed. Kablamo. We are now fully done with the food making portion of the build. This is all we needed. I made more space than I needed, but I'm glad I did, because if I made too little space, I would not have been very happy. Why is that chopped in half? Alright, next is gonna be the bees and stuff, which I'm gonna do on stream. Okay, so instead of waiting for this Friday, which is when the stream is happening, I'm going to do it right now, because I don't want to have to wait. And I also have other things that I want to do on that stream, such as build a volcano. Alright, that didn't take too long. I'm pretty proud of this, honestly. It seems pretty smart. Obviously, it's a little off-center, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have a whole lot of bees. So this is what we're looking at. All I really need to do is make a tank for this now, because now we're pumping the honey up through this block. So now we got to make some more tank blocks, which I am totally ready to... I actually could have pumped it out of here now that I am, like, using my brain, but it's all right. I'll go make some more tank blocks, and we'll go from here. All right, now we are pumping into a tank that is the exact same size as the one outside. So from here, we can actually route the pipe upward, so that we can have some stuff visible. I think I like having it be visible. Even the pipes here, like, I think having the pipes be visible is kind of cool. I might, keyword is might, put the copper casing. As you can see, I have some copper encased pipes over there. I might put the copper casing on these pipes underneath the beehives to, like, make them less obvious and give them a bit more structure, but honestly, I'm kind of liking the way that this looks. I think that this is super cute, and I really like it, so I think that's what we're going to keep it as. The honey is slowly being put in here, which means that we now have access to honey. And honey can be used for a few things. Baklava, cackling pie. Okay. And honey peanut soup. As well as some honeyed stuff. Especially honey cake. That's pretty fun. Honey cake. Honeyed apples. Honey bottles. Honeyed sweet berries. Just a ton of stuff. And then honey buckets. And then obviously honey bottles. But also, honey buckets. If we go to the Ponder Stone Generations. So this is basalt. This is, I don't think that's honey, but that's for blackstone. I'm confused. This is honey. Okay, so we can make limestone, which is pretty awesome, which means that we can now automate the making of this, which is super cool and super fun. And I think I might do that for the next farm idea, because honestly, we need more limestone. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next clip you'll probably see is me making the chocolate factory. All right, it's another day. I don't think I recorded a ton of the stuff that I did last night, so here's what I did. So I made 2 belts up in the top here that I'm going to add supports for later. That brings all of the cocoa beans from the new extension of the farm that is literally just cocoa beans. I'm probably going to make it a bit bigger. They bring over both sugar and, as you can see, sugar and cocoa beans. As you can see there, up at the top there's cocoa beans. Into a blaze burner and with a basin. A basin with a blaze burner, I should say. And the basin is connected to a giant tank that fills up with milk, where I have a cow over here that is being infinitely milked by this deployer. Yeah, and the belt cycle it cycles the milk buckets. When it empties into the system, it flows back into the deployer, where it empties back into where it gets more milk, and then it empties into the system over and over and over and over. And over here we have the honey. As you can see, the bees are working pretty good here. I believe these are actually not full of honey. I believe they're in like, yeah, they're at 4 out of 5 honey. So once it's full of honey, it'll pump in another, I believe, 1 1/3 buckets, maybe. I don't know, but yeah. So basically, what we need to do for the remaining bit of this here chocolate making process is we need to have a mixer be powered on top of this. Then we need to power the blaze burner, which I think I will take some of the biomass pellets that are being made over there and split them off over here. Make another belt that goes through here. It's gonna be a little bit messy, but I mean, what's a create build without a little bit of mess? And then add funnels onto all of this, and then make a pipe that takes out the chocolate. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I think I might end up having to redesign this system, because cocoa beans and sugar coming out at the same time is a little bit it'll make it difficult to pump out anything. I'd have to probably pump out the chocolate from the top, which is just not great, but I mean, I can definitely do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and make the chocolate, honestly. And then once we're done with the chocolate, I think that'll be it for the episode. Completely off-stream episode because I did it during the week. So sorry, Twitch viewers, you never saw this one. That's basically it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Anyways, I really appreciate every single one of you for watching. The support has been fucking insane. Um, basically, I I'm very far ahead on these videos. This is currently, I believe this is episode 3. Um, episode 2, I've already uploaded episode 2, but I'm only like 4 days out from episode 1 being like made public. So, genuinely, it is insane to see the support on episode 1. I mean, 500 views in 4 days for me is absolutely insane. So I really appreciate every single one of you. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am, because it is genuinely so much fun to make stuff like this all the time. So I really appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing day. And as always, thank you and goodbye. Peace.